Hello everyone and welcome to the October 2024 Sky Report. My name is Vanessa and I'm going to take you through some of the events happening this month. Let's get started. The Draconid meteor shower peaks on the evening of the 7th into the early morning of the 8th. The radiant point is just above the head of the dragon, Draco, as seen from our horizon. This is one of the smaller meteor showers with as few as 5 meteors per hour expected. Slow-moving meteors are characteristic of this October Draconid meteor shower. While this is not the most impressive meteor shower, the moon will not be out during the peak. It may not call for a trip out to a dark sky site, but it is good to look out for if you happen to be out planet watching. The Orionid meteor shower peaks on October 20th during a waning gibbous moon. The Orionid shower occurs when the Earth moves through the debris field left behind by Halley's Comet. Under perfect conditions, 20 meteors per hour are expected, but the 70% waning gibbous moon will hamper observations. So this one might not warrant a trip out to a dark sky site, but it is another one to watch for if you happen to be out planet watching. Speaking of planets, let's take a look at where they are in the sky. Saturn is now in the sky for the entire night for the whole month. It's located in the constellation of Aquarius, the water bearer. It's brighter than any of the stars in Aquarius, so it'll stand out. Jupiter and Mars rise early in the morning. Jupiter sits in the constellation of Taurus the Bull, and Mars in the constellation of Gemini. Those are two of our winter constellations containing the bright stars that make up the winter hexagon, so you can expect Jupiter and Mars to climb earlier in the sky once winter comes around, but for now we'll have to wait a little bit longer to see them every night. Venus is on the western horizon right after sunset every day and is nearly impossible to miss. Here it is on October 15th, sitting above the horizon well after sunset at about 7:30 p.m. It is the third brightest object in the sky behind the sun and the moon and is often mistaken for a plane. It'll be visible in the same place and the same time throughout the whole month. If you look closely at this image, you might notice a special guest. Comet tsuchinshan-atlas has moved to the evening sky instead of the early morning. The comet was possibly at its brightest at the end of September and during the first couple of days of October, due to its position compared to the sun and an effect called forward scattering. To see it on those days, the observers had to wake up before the sunrise. But the comet is on the move, and by the 11th, it will travel to the opposite side of the sun and become visible after sunset. It will also likely become trickier to see as it decreases in brightness. Comet brightness is difficult to predict, so go get some binoculars and try to find it when it comes back around to the western horizon after sunset. The distance between the sun and comet tsuchinshan-atlas will increase very quickly. Each day, it will move around 5 degrees until it disappears from our sky. Let's look at the constellations in the sky this month. To the south, you can see the constellations Sagittarius and Ophiuchus dipping below the horizon by about 10 p.m. With it, Sagittarius takes the densest part of the Milky Way in our sky. Aquila, Cygnus, and Lyra are still going strong in our sky for a little bit longer, which means we will still see the summer triangle containing the stars Altair, Deneb, and Vega for most of the night. Sitting right in front of the nose of Pegasus in our sky is a little globular cluster called Messier 15. If you have a telescope and you're interested in deep sky objects, not just planets, I recommend finding that one. It's very dim, but very rewarding to see a fuzzy patch of stars that is 12 billion years old. That's just under 3 times older than the Earth. Low in the sky, in a mostly dim constellation, is the bright star Fomalhaut in Pisces Australis. It is often missed because it stays so low in our sky here in LA. Taurus the Bull, a winter constellation, is now making its way high into our sky, bringing with it the Pleiades, the open cluster, and its bright star Aldebaran, the Eye of the Bull. And to the north, we can see Ursa Major and its asterism, the Big Dipper, very low on the horizon. Depending on what your local horizon looks like, you might not see it at all. To the east, we can see Auriga chariot in the bright star Capella into our sky. The 2 stars Capella and Aldebaran are very noticeable in the sky, so if you look to the northeast around 10 p.m., you will see them on the horizon. Pegasus and Andromeda are high in the sky along with the recognizable W of Cassiopeia, which might look more like an M this time of year. On the west, we can see Hercules starting to dip lower in the sky. And here's your lunar calendar for the month. New moon is on the 2nd. First quarter is on the 10th. Full moon is on the 17th. And the last quarter is on the 24th. And that's all for October. Thank you so much for joining me this month, and I'll see you again next month. Bye!